Please note, this tutorial series shows the game interface on the PC version of the game only. While the gameplay is similar on consoles like Xbox or PlayStation, I don't have those platforms available. For console-specific information, I recommend watching tutorials on the YouTube channel called Move the Mouse. Okay, so I have posted a few videos on Cities Skylines, and some of them I showed how I had achieved a really large city with 25 tiles and over 400,000 population and several $1 million and that sort of thing. And somebody commented on one of my videos saying, well, why don't you do one where you're starting from scratch and just show people how you got to that big size city. So hopefully without making it too long, I will try to do that. And so here goes. When you open Cities Skylines first, you'll find that you have this menu, and I'm going to load a game. I have several here. These were my grandsons who was here playing on it the other day. This is one that I've been working on for a while, and you can see I have a population of 460,000 and almost 3 million in the bank. And show you a quick look of what that looks like right now as soon as it gets there. Here we go, I hope. Alright, so we'll back off here and show you the overview of this big city. So it's got 25 tiles and lots of population, and I still have room to grow. These tiles out here are hardly populated at all, so we'll take a closer look here. Yeah, big city. So it's taken a while to get to that point, of course, and I'll show you how to begin.
But first,
now before we get into the actual building of a new city, I wanted to explain a little bit about the expansion packs, or downloadable content as they call them, and also mods, which are created by users of the game and are free. The downloadable content costs money. You have to pay Paradox or Steam on your Steam account to add the downloadable content, and I've only added one, and I'll show you where that is. It's down here. It's called Green Cities, and this one will give me some added features where I won't pollute the river or the water around and things like that. So ecologically friendly stuff that it adds. And I think this one cost, I don't know, $10 or $15 above the cost of the game. So there's all kinds of them available, but you really don't have to use those. If I wouldn't buy them at first. I would wait until you get pretty advanced to worry about them. Except for possibly the Green Cities, I think that was worth it because I couldn't stand the pollution that was starting to happen. So that's why I did it. And also there are mods, what they call mods, and that's in the content manager area. And I have installed a few, and those are free, and you get them on the Steam workshop area, and then you just subscribe, as they call it, and then you restart the game and it'll be available. So the ones I've added, the Big City mod is what allowed me to expand from 9 tiles to 25 tiles, and that's what allowed me to have such a large city. I understand there's one that'll go all the way to 81 tiles, which seems like crazy to me, but that's available too somewhere. You have to search the workshop for these things. This one is called First Person Camera that I added, and what that does is allow me to ride along in a car or see the city from the perspective of a pedestrian or a train or any of the things that are moving around in the city. It's pretty cool. I'll show that a little later. the pedestrian crossings also, I'll show how that works. That I make walking paths for the citizens, and then when they get to a road, there's no crosswalk, and so they either have to, jaywalk or find a nearest corner. And this allows you to add a crosswalk manually wherever you put those walking paths. So those are the ones that I'm using. So I hope that's helpful information. When you first open the game, you'll come to this main menu, and if you have previous games saved, you'll have a load game option, and we'll just start a new game here. Then you have to choose a city to start with, and they have several selections without paying for extra stuff. You get, I think, all these: Two Rivers, Shady Strands. And when you look at these cities, you can see how much natural resources each one would have and how much buildable area, suitable area for building. 56% is not very much because there's a lot of water here on this one. Islands looks like has 60%, a little better suitable area and pretty good natural resources. I like this Two Rivers one. It has decent natural resources, but it has 78% area for building, and it has these two rivers going through it. What is Black Woods? Let's see, 69%, almost as much, with a big area of water and outside connections and good resources. So let's just choose one of these, just for the sake of one I've done before. I'll choose Two Rivers, and you can do left-hand traffic. I didn't notice that before, but I don't want to do that. We'll just go ahead and start. By default, they're going to name it West Valley, which is okay. Or you can change that. Why don't I do it tutorial? It gives a few tips as you're starting up, and telling you, you want an industrial area connected directly to the highway, which is a good idea to help your trucks move in and out quickly. So take that one to heart while it's loading up. And you start out with this one tile, and then some hints popping up on the left. And of course it says start by building some roads and zoning areas next to them. And it definitely wants it wants residential, very high demand for residential. If you look down here, this tells you what the zone demand is. And you start out with $70,000 by default. And it's saying, hey, get busy, you need to build some roads. So let's start with building some roads. So what you see here is the borders of your city. We are into the water here, and then we have this kind of flat area available. And then we have like the interstate going by and an entrance to the city right there. So we need to connect to that. Now, a really good hint that I found early on is when you're building these roads, I'll show you that in a minute, you start off with what's available, and that would be a 2-lane road. So let's start with connecting to this freeway. Sometimes it helps to get an directly overhead zoomed in view. So I'm going to try to go towards the center here, build a little bit of road with the left click on your mouse, and then connect it to here and to here. Okay, so now I've got a freeway entrance into my town. So before I go any further, I just want to turn off the audio, all the sound effects, because I think they can be distracting on a tutorial. So you do that by hitting the escape key and then going into options, and then down here is audio, and I've turned off all these things. So anyway, let's go ahead and start building some roads. Now, a really good hint for starting your city is to use this over here, go all the way to the right, and use this 2-lane gravel road. You see how it's 20 cents per cell there, as opposed to a paved road, single lane or 2-lane paved road is twice as much, 40 cents per cell. And so let's use that to start with, and that'll just keep our budget in good shape. So we'll go out here. It defaults to a 90-degree, clicks to snaps to that kind of angle, which is nice to keep your grid kind of neat. So we'll go out a ways here and make a dirt road. And now you see these grids right in here that are showing up, the blue alongside the road. That's where the zones will be. So I'm going to go down part way to the limits of the city and go back across, and then you see how I have a nice zone area here to make our residential area. So now, before I make the residential area, what I want to do is provide electricity and water and sewer services to this area. So let's start with some electricity. You click on the electricity icon here, and the cheapest way to provide right now is a wind turbine, which costs $6,000. And now when I click on that and go up, look up here, this dark blue area is going to give me the best wind speed, and it's estimating 8 megawatts of electricity. I think that's per week. So I'm going to place it up in there, not too far away from the city, because I have to bring the electricity down here, and to do that I'll use a power line, and that costs some money. See, 20 cents per cell, I guess. So I'm going to bring it down and just fill this in for now. Actually, I'm going to come over this way so I'm not in the way of my road when I continue the road. And then if when I start the city up, you'll see how this energizes. It'll turn blue. Let's go ahead and run it for just a second. And so it's running at the slow speed, and it will pick up the electricity from here and energize this line. There it goes. Now it's all blue, see? So we have electricity to the grid here. Now we'll go across and get some water. Actually, there's a couple of choices for bringing water into the city. One is a water pumping station, which I can put over here on the river where the water is coming in. I would click on that, and you can see the river's flowing this way, so I want to capture the water right here where it's cleanest. Or for a little less money, the pumping station costs $2,500 and $240 per week, and the water tower costs $3,500 and $240 per week. Now the difference is you don't have to run piping all the way over from the river, so I probably will start with a water tower somewhere in this vicinity, probably right over in the corner here. And if we look at the water map, after putting the water tower in, we should see, oh, we have to have it energized first. So let's bring some power right over to it. I'm going to go up here and down here for now, and we'll power that up. Shortly it should show that it's energized. Yeah, okay. Now we need to run some piping off of that, and we'll come up here like this. You can see where it's going to supply the water with that big blue shadow. I want to go down a little bit because I want to get all this area with some piping. So now I have water supply, but I still need sewage. So before we start building, I think I'll go ahead and put in my sewage plant, and there's a couple options again. I believe this Echo water outlet only comes when you buy the DLC for environment, and it is a little bit cleaner, and later on we'll get this Echo water treatment plant once we reach a population of 32,000, and that will provide really clean output for sewage. For now, this is the cleanest we can get, and it costs $4,000, or this one costs $2,500. And since we've got we want to kind of conserve our budget for now, we're going to be messy and use the one that just dumps the raw sewage right into the river, which is a nasty thing to do, and I don't like doing it for long, so we will clean that up later. I'm going to draw this pipe down to connect it. I might as well go all the way this way and then connect it right there. Now we have water, power, and sewage, so let's go ahead and start putting some zoning in. Now, there's a couple of options when you click the zoning tool. You can use this fill button, which will select a large area and fill it in, or you can use the marquee tool and just do that, go around it with your mouse and it'll fill it in, or you can do a spot tool like that or a bigger spot tool like that. I like to use the this tool here usually, or the marquee. Most of the time those are the two that I use. So we're putting in some housing and our zoning for residential, and it's starting to fill up with housing. Let's get out of this view and see what those look like. It's the Underhill residence. Nobody lives there yet, but they will soon. Holly residence under construction. So we're starting to get some housing, and we should be good to go on our water and our sewer. Now we're going to have to expand this when we add more zones, but we're taking it slow so that we build this city up slowly. Now you can see we're starting to get some demand for commercial and industry or offices. And when you're early in the game, you only have the low density residential, low density commercial, and the industrial zone. The office zone won't appear available until you get up to 7,000 population, and same for the high density commercial and the high density residential. This icon here, this picture here, is for to dezone. Once you've got something zoned, you can undo that. Now we are going to need some commercial pretty quickly. You see the demand for residential is still high in both commercial and industrial, so we're going to need both. So let's do a little bit of commercial first. Again, we'll make some more roads, and using the 2-lane gravel road tool. I made a little mistake here. I should have gone out. I'm going to have to blow away that house if I want to go this way, or I can come off the center here. I'll just go this way for now, and we'll put some more roads out here so that we can I'll go about there, and we'll go across, and we'll catch this back there. And it did blow away one house, but that'll be okay. Alright, so we've got some more space here, so I'm going to zone some low density commercial area, and that's plenty. What it's going to do is put in things like drugstores and little supermarkets and things like that. Now it's going to need industrial pretty soon. You can see the demand for industrial is going up as we speak. So I'm going to go ahead and put some more gravel road in, and we want the industrial to be a little bit away, but I also want it to be convenient to the freeway that's over here. Eventually, anyway, I plan to I'll buy another tile, which they call tiles. You start out with one, and you have a availability of more as you build up the city. So I'm going to put my industrial zone up in here, away from the residential, and then connect it directly to that freeway once I buy this grid over here, this tile. So let's go ahead and expand this road. Whoops. By the way, when you use a road tool, you have these options of a straight road, a curved road, or freeform road, and this one is to upgrade road. So later on I'll convert gravel to pavement using the upgrade tool. But for now, I'm going to build some more gravel road, and we'll go up a little bit away from our residential. That's far enough for now, and we'll build some commercial in here. I mean, not commercial, but industrial. So over here and back down. That's far enough for now, and I'll put this as commercial zone. So I want to separate the industrial somewhat from the residential here. Starting to fill in some industry. Hit escape and you can see the buildings going in. And because I'm nearby this windmill, the electric carries over. I don't have to run any more power lines at the moment. I will have to run some water, however, because this is not going to be watered. So let's get that up there before we go too far. We've already got them crying for water right here, as you see. Let's go up. We'll go up here, over here, down, provide water. We might as well go all the way back to here and connect the pipes. And then we need some more water this way. Connect this. Right click, you can get back to the node there. And I'll go all the way across. Pipe is $3,000 for that amount of pipe. So now we're still in the red as far as our budget goes. We're losing $380 a month, and we've got 200 population. Already got a problem with the sewage here. I don't know why. Let's check that out. Oh, it shouldn't be doing that. We have it connected to the sewage treatment. Oh, we don't have power down there. That's my mistake. So let's get some power. We'll put another windmill right there. I forgot to power my sewage plant, which is an easy thing to forget. So as I hit the space bar to run the simulation again, and there we go. The wind turbine's working. Now the sewage treatment plant should be functional pretty quick, and these little things should go away. There they go. So no more overflowing sewage, which is a nasty problem you don't want to have. That probably set me back a little bit on how fast it develops. Okay, so we have the industrial going here. Now I spaced these roads a little bit further apart than I needed to. You see how the, let me get back to this tool. You see how there is a space in the middle where there's no zoning. I probably should have gone a little closer together just because I don't have a lot of space to spare right now. So I'm going to put a road right down the middle. And I think I'll just avoid, no, I'm going to go straight through and connect here. And let's zone that all industrial. Now pretty soon it's going to be crying for things like fire department and police. And so we might as well anticipate that at this point if it'll let me. So let's go down here and see. Oh no, we can't do it yet. We won't be able to put fire until we have 850 population. And police, yeah, 850. So we can do some education once we reach 420. We can start putting in elementary schools and things like that. So right now we can't do anything until the population increases. I shouldn't say we can't do anything. We could always build more roads and things like that, but we're down to a $17,000 budget. But as you can see, we finally turned the corner and we're making a little money weekly, $329 weekly, and our population's up to 286, and it's growing in the area of 60 to 70 a week. So that's a good thing. So we want to keep growing this population slowly and be patient. I can speed it up if I hit this tool here. Things will speed up a bit. Population will grow faster. Building more houses. Now I might as well get ready to build more residential out toward the river here. So let's go and put some more road. We'll go out that far. It's cost me $1,200. Go up along the river here. Let's make this connect here, right click to get the node and go in a 90-degree angle, connect out to that road. And same thing in here. Oh, we just reached Little Hamlet, 420 population. So now we can do it. We'll have available elementary school, a landfill site, a medical clinic, recycling center. So each of these tutorials will take you from one level to the next. This is the first level, Hamlet, and the next level is called Village, and that's somewhere around 900 population. I'll post the second tutorial on my channel very soon, and that will show you how to get from Hamlet to Worthy Village. And then the following tutorials will take you all the way up through number 13, which is Megalopolis, at about 85,000 population. So stay tuned and subscribe to my channel.